After 60, something strange starts to happen. You still feel like yourself, sharp, capable, independent. But your body doesn't always agree. Maybe you notice your legs tire quicker on the stairs. Maybe you need both hands now to lift that grocery bag that used to feel like nothing. Or maybe it's just this quiet sense that strength is slipping away, and you don't know how to stop it. You're not alone. Scientists call it sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, and it affects every single one of us, even if you stay active, even if you eat healthy. But here's the truth I wish someone had told me sooner. Losing muscle isn't a sentence. It's a signal that your body is asking for something deeper. Not more pills, not more pain, but something gentler, smarter, ancient. In a quiet village in Japan, I met an 84-year-old woman who still bikes to the market, cooks for her grandchildren, and sweeps her garden every morning. Her secret? It wasn't supplements or the gym. It was what she put on her plate. Small, simple foods that whisper strength back into the body, one bite at a time. In this video, I'll show you 7 of those healing Japanese foods, the same ones that help elders stay strong, independent, and full of life well into their 80s and beyond. And the best part? You can find them in most grocery stores near you. Before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching from? And what time is it for you right now? Leave me a comment. I truly read everyone. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. Now, let's take the first step toward rebuilding your strength, gently and for good. You wake up one day and notice it. The stairs feel steeper, the laundry basket feels heavier, and the simple act of getting out of a chair takes a little more effort than it used to. You haven't been slacking, you haven't stopped caring, but something's changing, and it's not your imagination. After age 60, our bodies begin to lose muscle mass at a rate of up to 3% per year. That may sound small, but over a decade, it adds up to nearly a third of your strength. Gone. This condition has a name, sarcopenia, but to most people, it's not a diagnosis. It's a quiet frustration. Why am I so tired after walking the dog? Why do my arms burn after carrying groceries? Why can't I open that jar like I used to? These moments aren't signs that you're just getting old. They're signals. Your muscles are waving a flag, telling you they need more support than before. The real problem? Nobody warned us. We were told to watch our heart, our blood pressure, our cholesterol, but no one said, hey, if you don't nourish your muscles, you could lose your independence. Muscles are more than just strength. They're balance, stability, metabolism, energy. They protect your bones, guard against falls, help regulate your blood sugar, and most importantly, they're what let you keep living life on your terms. One of my patients once told me, I thought I was just getting weaker because I'm old. Turns out I was underfed. Not in calories, but in the quiet, consistent protein and movement her body needed to stay whole. So what's really going on behind this silent loss? That's exactly what we'll uncover next, and how the Japanese do things differently. Let's be honest. Most of us weren't taught how to eat for muscle. We were taught how to count calories, how to cut fat, how to choose low carb or no carb, or skip meals altogether to stay slim. But no one said, your muscles need to eat, even more, as you age. In fact, many older adults eat less as they get older. Smaller meals, fewer snacks, skipping breakfast, especially when living alone or dealing with health concerns. Then there's the protein problem. Most people in the West save protein for one big meal, usually dinner, a chicken breast, a steak, maybe some fish if we're feeling healthy. But by that time, your body has gone all day without the gentle signals it needs to maintain and repair muscle. And the kicker? As we age, our muscles become less responsive to protein. It's called anabolic resistance. In simple terms, the same amount of protein that built muscle in your 40s does half as much in your 60s. So what does that mean? It means your body isn't ignoring you. It's whispering, I need more, and I need it earlier, and I need it often. Add in another piece of the puzzle, modern life. We sit more, walk less, outsource chores. We don't squat to cook or kneel to tend a garden. We drive, we scroll, and slowly, quietly, the signals to stay strong disappear. It's not laziness, it's culture, it's routine, it's life, but it's also something we can shift, gently. Because there is a culture doing things differently, a place where 80-year-olds still bike to the market, sweep their own porches, and carry their groceries up 3 flights of stairs. And their secret? It starts with the way they eat. Not more, but more often. Let me take you there next. I still remember her clearly. She was 84, standing barefoot in her garden in rural Kyoto, pulling weeds with one hand and balancing a basket of vegetables in the other. No walker, no railings, just quiet confidence. When I asked how she stayed so strong, she smiled and said, "I don't build muscle, I keep it alive." That phrase stayed with me, because it's exactly what their lifestyle does. Keeps the body gently, steadily alive. And it starts with food. In Japan, meals aren't built around volume. They're built around rhythm. Instead of one big protein-heavy dinner, they eat small portions of high-quality protein throughout the day. A spoon of miso in the morning, a few bites of tofu at lunch, some grilled fish at dinner, a handful of edamame in the afternoon. These gentle, consistent signals are exactly what aging muscles crave. But there's something else, a deeper layer behind what they eat, how they eat. It's called shokiku, the art of mindful nourishment. It teaches that food isn't just fuel, it's medicine, it's connection, it's care. Meals are served with intention, not just habit. Protein comes in many forms, not just meat. And every bite is seen as a way to support the body, not just fill it. There's no superfood hype, no strict rules, just quiet care, offered again and again, day by day. And here's what makes it powerful. This approach works with aging, not against it. It accepts that digestion slows, that appetite changes, that our needs shift, and it adapts, gracefully. One of my patients, Rosa, 82 years old, told me, "I used to think meals were just something to get through. Now I think of them as little gifts to my body. That's the blueprint, not restriction, not obsession, but gentle nourishment, repeated with love." So what are these gifts the Japanese rely on? What foods do they eat? Not as a diet, but as a way of life. Let's begin with one of the most surprising. Let me introduce you to a food that often shocks Westerners at first sight. It's sticky, it's stringy, it has a smell that turns some people away at first sniff. But in Japan, it's a quiet hero of longevity. It's called natto, fermented soybeans. And if you can get past the texture, you'll discover one of the most powerful allies for muscle, bone, and whole body strength after 60. Just 2 tablespoons of natto deliver about 8 grams of complete protein. But the real magic lies in something even smaller, vitamin K2. This rare nutrient acts like a traffic cop in your body. It tells calcium where to go, into your bones, not into your arteries. For older adults, that means fewer fractures, better posture, and stronger joints. But that's not all. Because natto is fermented, it's also rich in natural probiotics. And for aging bodies where digestion often slows, that matters. Better gut health means better absorption of nutrients, especially protein. In Japan, natto isn't a trend or a health craze, it's breakfast. Served with rice, maybe a raw egg, a dash of mustard, or chopped green onion. Simple, humble, healing. One of my patients, Frank, 74, from Seattle, heard about natto from his Japanese neighbor. "She still bikes to the park," he said, "and she's 82. So he gave it a try. The first few bites? Weird, but he kept at it. A month later, he was sleeping better. His digestion improved, and at his next checkup, he'd gained lean muscle weight, not fat. Tiny change, big impact. That's the power of real food, eaten consistently. Science backs it up too. A study in Nutrients found that older adults in Japan who regularly ate fermented soy products like natto had better muscle mass, higher physical function, and more independence than their peers. You don't need to eat natto every day. Start with once or twice a week. Add it to rice, toast, or even a salad. Let your body adjust. Let your taste buds catch up. Because sometimes the strongest foods are the quietest ones. And natto is just the beginning. Let's move on to a food that's warm, familiar, and comforting, but secretly powerful. Not all strength comes from heavy meals. Sometimes it comes from a bowl of warm broth, a soft bite of tofu, or a handful of steamed green beans enjoyed in silence. In Japan, this trio, miso, tofu, and edamame, forms the backbone of daily nourishment. Not flashy, not loud, but consistent, trustworthy, healing. Let's start with miso. If you've ever stayed at a traditional Japanese inn, you've likely woken up to the soft, savory aroma of miso soup. But it's more than comfort food. Miso is made from fermented soybeans and rice or barley. This fermentation process unlocks natural probiotics, enzymes, and nutrients that become easier to absorb, especially for older bodies. A single bowl might only have a few grams of protein, but the real value? It fits perfectly into the rhythm of gentle, regular nourishment. In Japan, miso is served at breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It's not an extra, it's a foundation. Then there's tofu, soft, subtle, and surprisingly rich in nutrients. A 3.5-ounce serving gives you 9 grams of complete protein, plus iron, calcium, and isoflavones, plant compounds that support bone density, heart health, and hormonal balance, especially in women post-menopause. Tofu is also forgiving. You can eat it cold with soy sauce and scallions, simmer it in broth, or lightly pan-fry it to a golden crisp. It adapts, it absorbs flavor, and it nourishes without effort. I once had a patient, Evelyn, 76, who struggled with digestion after a stomach surgery. Heavy meats no longer appealed to her, so she started with soft tofu soups and miso once a day. A few weeks later, her energy lifted, her appetite returned, and for the first time in months, she said, "I feel full, without feeling tired." And finally, edamame. Simple, playful, almost childlike. Bright green soybeans, lightly salted, popped out of their pods with your fingers. A single cup offers 18 grams of plant-based protein, along with fiber, magnesium, and iron. But what makes edamame special isn't just nutrition, it's the experience. It slows you down. It invites mindfulness. It replaces mindless snacks with moments of real care. Rosa, 82, swapped her afternoon cookies for edamame. "It's fun," she told me, "and I don't feel sleepy afterward." That's the magic. Not restriction, not control, just choosing foods that feel kind to your body. And these three, miso, tofu, and edamame, are kind in every way. They digest easily, they support muscles, they comfort the spirit, and they remind us that food can be both simple and powerful. So if meat feels too heavy, if your appetite is small, if you're tired of powders and pills, try this trio. It might just be what your body has been waiting for. And now, let's meet a surprising hero of the Japanese diet. Small fish that pack a mighty punch for muscle, bone, and brain. In the West, we think of fish as something you cook for dinner, maybe once or twice a week, baked or grilled, on special occasions. But in Japan, fish, especially small fish, are a daily presence. Dried, grilled, in broths, in rice bowls. Sometimes barely seasoned, sometimes eaten whole. Yes, whole. Because the secret isn't just in the meat, it's in the bones, skin, and organs too, where the real power lies. Take sardines or anchovies, for example. They're not fancy, but they're rich in high-quality protein. Just a few small pieces can give you 7 to 15 grams, in a form that's highly digestible, even for aging bodies. And because you eat them whole, you also get a natural dose of calcium, phosphorus, vitamin D, all crucial for bone strength, joint stability, and, most importantly, avoiding fractures as we age. But there's more. These little swimmers are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, the healthy fats that protect your brain, reduce inflammation, and even slow muscle loss. In fact, studies show that older adults with higher omega-3 levels have better physical performance, sharper thinking, and slower muscle decline. This isn't theory, it's reality, served up on rice every single day. I'll never forget Bill, 81, one of my most charming patients. He used to say, "I don't eat anything that smells like the ocean." But after his Japanese daughter-in-law made him a simple sardine rice bowl, he was hooked. "It's like my brain turned back on," he told me. Now he eats sardines twice a week and calls it his memory food. The best part? These tiny fish are cheap, accessible, and easy to store. You don't need fresh fish from a market. You can buy canned sardines, dried anchovies, or frozen mackerel from most grocery stores. A squeeze of lemon, a bit of rice, a few greens, and you have a meal that feeds your muscle, bones, brain, and future. Because strength after 60 isn't about lifting weights. It's about choosing foods that quietly rebuild you from the inside out. And now that we've talked about the sea, let's return to something just as nourishing, but even softer: eggs and soba noodles, the gentle fuel that starts the day strong. What you eat in the morning can shape your entire day, especially after 60. But in the West, breakfast often looks like this: toast and jam, a muffin, or nothing at all. Quick, convenient, but not nourishing. In Japan, breakfast is different. It's small, yes, but intentional. And two quiet heroes often appear on the table: soba noodles and eggs. Let's start with soba. These thin, earthy noodles are made from buckwheat, not wheat, which means they're naturally high in protein, rich in fiber, and gentle on blood sugar. One serving can give you up to 12 grams of plant-based protein, without heaviness or bloating. Soba also contains rutin, a powerful antioxidant that supports blood circulation and reduces inflammation, two major concerns for aging joints and muscles. But soba isn't just food, it's tradition. Every New Year's Eve, Japanese families eat toshikoshi soba, year-crossing noodles, to symbolize long life and resilience. And perhaps that symbolism is rooted in something real, because soba doesn't just feed hunger, it feeds strength, gently and sustainably. Then there are eggs, soft, familiar, comforting, but also a complete source of high-quality protein with vitamin B12, choline, and selenium, nutrients that support muscle repair, nerve health, and energy. In Japan, eggs are often served as tamago, a light, fluffy, rolled omelet with just a touch of soy sauce and sweetness, steamed, not fried, balanced, not greasy. Paired with rice, soup, or vegetables, it becomes a meal that's both easy to digest and deeply satisfying. One of my patients, Don, 79, used to start his mornings with toast and coffee, but after watching a Japanese cooking show, he began making simple tamago with a side of rice. 3 months later, his energy was steadier, his focus improved, and he said, "I don't crash at 2 p.m. anymore." Science agrees. Studies show that starting your day with protein, especially after 60, can improve muscle retention, brain function, and blood sugar control. So if breakfast feels like a chore, or if you're not hungry in the morning, try soba, try eggs, not big portions, just enough to tell your body, "I care." And together, these two foods form something powerful, a morning ritual of quiet strength. Now, as we near the end of this journey, there's one final message I'd love to share. Because true transformation doesn't come from changing everything overnight. It starts with one small step. Maybe by now you're thinking, "Natto sounds powerful, but I'm not sure I'm ready." Miso soup? I could try that. Edamame instead of cookies? Maybe. And that's exactly the point. You don't need to try all 7 foods at once. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet tomorrow. You don't need to become Japanese. You just need to start with one. 1 spoonful of miso in the morning, 1 soft-boiled egg instead of toast, 1 handful of edamame when the cravings hit. Because your body isn't asking for perfection, it's asking for consistency. Your muscles, they want to feel seen. Your bones, they want to feel supported. And you? You deserve to feel steady, strong, and in control, no matter your age. In Japan, elders don't chase youth. They honor the body as it is and feed it what it needs to thrive, day by day. And that's what I hope this video has given you. Not a diet, not a checklist, but a quiet reminder. You are not weak. You are rebuilding. And every bite, every walk, every small act of care, it counts. So tell me, which of these foods are you excited to try first? Leave a comment. Let's learn from each other. Let's keep moving forward, gently, together. And if this video gave you even one new idea or a moment of hope, please consider subscribing, because we've only just begun this journey of gentle strength.